It's often thought that nuclear power is necessary for a bright and prosperous future, but is this really the case? Many Americans believe it necessary for a clean energy future, while others believe it to be dangerous. Unfortunately, nuclear power is not a viable energy source for the future because it is dangerous, expensive, and is slowly fading away to more efficient forms of renewable energy. First of all, nuclear power is dangerous. Accidents like Chernobyl show the disastrous effects of what would happen if a meltdown would occur. What's even more scary is that many reactors in the US are old and outdated. According to Linda Pence and Paul Gunte of Truthout in the article, nuclear power plants should be closed in autopsy, not resuscitated. 17 of the US's power plants contain key safety parts that might be dangerously flawed. Furthermore, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has never denied a license extension to an operating reactor, no matter how blatant the safety risks are. These complex plants are slowly breaking down as more maintenance is needed to maintain the plant. Imagine what will happen if one of these reactors to fail. The consequences are beyond imagining. Secondly, the financial state of nuclear energy is an absolute mess. According to the article, A Dozen Economic Reasons for the Economic Failure of Nuclear Power by Mark Cooper, almost $9 billion was spent on now 2 abandoned reactors at VC Sumner. In fact, these 2 reactors triggered the bankruptcy of its vendor, Westinghouse, and the near bankruptcy of its parent, Toshiba. The decline of nuclear is clear. The article U.S. reactors face uphill challenges despite lower emissions by Scott V. Sabina states that the U.S. Department of Energy expects nuclear percentage of the power mix to drop by 11% by 2050 from the current 20%. This downward trend is due in part that nuclear reactors are expensive to build and maintain. Parts break and key components wear down. Maintenance costs may overrun any profit at the reactor, meaning the reactor will be running at a deficit. These nuclear reactors are a huge financial burden to our economy. Now, an opposing viewpoint might say that nuclear power is cleaner than any other industrial power source. This may be true, but the waste created is very hard to dispose. Yes, burying is the safest option, but the radioactivity will last for a long time. According to the CEF, Conserve Energy Future, nuclear waste is relatively easy to dig up and can harm humans. The waste can poison groundwater, cause cancerous growth, and harm millions of organisms. Furthermore, nuclear waste is not always handled as it should be, and spillage and breakage of the containers can cause even more harm. These effects are infinitely more harmful than any other industrial waste because it is hard to clean up and will last for a long time, unlike other industrial waste where cleanup is manageable, if not a little harder.
Finally, nuclear energy is inferior compared to its main counterpart, solar. Solar power creates little to no waste compared to nuclear power's radioactive waste. Mark Cooper's aforementioned article, A Dozen Reasons for the Economic Failure of Nuclear Power, states that solar, along with other forms of renewable energy, now exceed nuclear power in generating capacity. Solar is smaller in scale, more decentralized, and convenient. You can't exactly put a nuclear power plant anywhere you want, as there are many more obstacles needed to build one, but you can install solar on nearly any rooftop with little trouble.
In conclusion, nuclear energy is not a viable energy fuel source for the future because it is dangerous, expensive, and inferior to other renewables.